Well, you've been heating your house with wood for a long, long time.
Well, I live on a wooded hillside, and it gives me good exercise to go out and saw some trees, some dead trees, and bring them to my house and split them. I decided that for 2 or 3 million years, ever since we started walking on 2 feet, it's probably in our DNA to like to swing clubs. And then later on we swung battle axes. But I find that it gives me fun. It's fun to go whack. And it's no accident that around the world sports like golf and baseball and tennis and cricket are popular.
Right.
It's fun to go whack.
Now, we'll just wait for the car to pass. How realistic do you think it is to think that the whole world could someday be powered with renewable energy and we wouldn't have any coal or oil or nukes or gas? How realistic is that?
It's so realistic, it's funny. The only question is how soon it will come. Will it come in 5 years or 50 years or 500 years? I don't think we have 500 years to solve this problem. I hope we have 50 or 100 years. Of course, scientists, foolish scientists, often invent stupid things like a new weapon. Somebody's got money, so they take the money and invent a new weapon with it. But now we're asking them to find the money somewhere and invent new and more convenient ways of collecting the sunlight, collecting the wind.
What new technological advances have you seen that really give you hope?
I'd say the knowledge of very small things. They used to think that the atom was the smallest thing. Now they've found a thing called a quark.
Right.
Who knows? They'll find what a subquark is.
And which of the do you like wind? Do you like solar? Which of these technologies do you like best?
Well, I like solar power because it's everywhere, and it's quiet. I had occasion to sing in the west coast of Denmark about 30 years ago, and I passed hundreds and hundreds of windmills. And that's a nice combination between a government initiative and private initiative. The government will fund a windmill up to 50%, and you've got to raise the other 50%. Usually 2 families take care of one windmill. So if one goes away, the other can watch it, because if it starts squeaking, they're climbing up and putting oil somewhere. Right. It's private enterprise in a way, but the government makes it all possible with their initial funding. Now, when the wind blows hard, they've got extra electricity, and it goes into the government grid. At that time, 10% of Denmark's electricity came from the west coast winds off the North Sea. Now 20% of Denmark's electricity comes from those. Just they have more windmills and more efficient ones.
So you say you were singing on the west coast of Denmark.
Yes.
Do you remember the name of the town?
Oh, it's spelled T-O with a slash N-D-E-R. It looks like Tonder, but they pronounce it Turner.
Oh, Turner, okay.
Turner.
Now, some of that, you sung at a lot of anti-nuclear, pro-solar, kind of solar-topian demonstrations. In addition to Seabrook, where you sang in 1978 with Jackson Browne and Arlo Guthrie. Do you remember some of your favorite demonstrations?
Well, one of the most moving ones was when Clearwater sailed out of the mist off Long Island, and we were on the beach singing songs about nuclear power. It was so beautiful that every reporter there had to mention it, because here we were singing songs, and then out of the mist comes this almost magically beautiful sailboat appearing out of nowhere.
Wow.
The Clearwater is one of the most beautiful sailboats in the world.
And this was against the Shoreham reactor, which actually was shot.
Yes, we stopped that one.
That was a big victory. That was a $7 billion victory.
Yeah.
Do you remember some others? You were at Seabrook in '78. Do you remember some other nuclear demonstrations you did?
Well, I went out to Pennsylvania when they had that problem out there.
3 Mile Island.
I remember that's when I met Jane Fonda. She was speaking there.
At 3 Mile Island? Huh.
And I learned a good lesson from her. We were all served lunch. We were packing it in. She took a very small helping. Most people gobble down their food too fast and too much. I do. And only in late life I realized you're more healthy if you don't eat more than you have to.
So you sang at a rally that Jane Fonda spoke at at 3 Mile Island?
Yeah. Now let's see, did anything out on the West Coast? Can't remember.
Diablo Canyon in California?
No, I've just heard about them.
Oh, okay.
On the other hand, I sing a little song which came from Berkeley. The Solid Waste Commission had 24 words. If it can't be reduced, rebuilt, resold, refurbished, recycled, or composted, then it must be redesigned or removed from production, something like that. I didn't get them all the words.
You got pretty, that's better than I could do.
And I made a song out. If it can't be reduced, if it can't be reduced, reused, rebuilt, reused, rebuilt. I get the audience singing along on the repeat. And then after we've gone through the 24 words and they've repeated them, here's to the city of Berkeley, here's to the city of Berkeley, here's to the city of Berkeley and its Zero Waste Commission.
Wow, fantastic.
And we get the whole crowd harmonizing on it.
Now, do you remember any of the Clamshell Alliance songs, Surrounded by Acres of Clams and all those?
I've lived all my life in this country. Goes on, surrounded by acres of clams.
Right, with Bright Morning Star.
Yeah.
Now that one you sang and many other people sang as people were being dragged off the reactor site.
Yeah.
Have you been arrested in any of these demonstrations?
Must have been. I should have been. Can't remember.
Well, what are our prospects? Finally, what are our prospects for shutting the nukes and winning this solar-topian future?
I think it won't be in my lifetime. I'm 90 now. On the other hand, it will be within my children's lifetime, and I'm certain within my grandchildren's lifetime.
You see a solar-topian future?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Can I say something?
Please.
You mentioned these ideas are not pie in the sky. But actually we are getting pie from the sky. That's what we're getting.
What kind of pie are we getting from the sky?
Life. Life. And not only our own life, but the life of the trees and the plants around us, and the life of the animals and birds around us, and the bugs. Not all of them. I just read this morning about the longhorn beetle invading New England now. The good and the bad are all tangled up in this world, and